It's some real money in the room.
Speaking of mentoring people,
right.
I watched. I was watching a back and forth between Faizon Love and Country Wayne. He essentially made the comment that Country Wayne wasn't getting the type of money that he's alleging that he's getting, or these like millions of dollars from social media comedy. You mentioned earlier like that's a new form of breakthrough.
Yeah.
However, Faizon Love was talking more like residuals. I get residuals from 1992.
Versus Country Wayne, who doesn't?
Assumedly, he doesn't get residuals. That's what he was saying.
Black people, grow the fuck up. We could do more together if we form the Avengers than the shit we like to do. Grow the fuck up, man. You do listen, and again, my attempt is always to be comedic. But one thing I think I'm gonna stop, or at least I'd like to stop trying. I'd like to try to stop doing,
right,
is bashing my fellow black comedians and my brothers in the game. Now, obviously, you know the Kanye Wests of the world, when they wild out and do shit that's just crazy and maybe ignorant or bananas. Comedically, we have to do our jobs. So there are certain times, certain things that we have to tackle because that's an instinct, that's a muscle for us to comedically flex when something screams, fuck with it. But, you know, I'd like to just pick my battles better. And if it truly doesn't warrant my reaction or a reaction or a comedic reaction, I want to leave it alone.
Well, I bring it up because Desi Banks commented on it, and he essentially said like the OGs to give game instead of just critiquing us.
Yeah, but is it game? Is it really game? It's like that old saying: "Are you laughing with me, or are you laughing at me?" And I think that you can give game, but we got to be careful about describing game is what might be disguised as malicious intent. You know what I'm saying? There's a way to give game. And especially if you're going to do it in an open forum publicly, if it doesn't come off complimentary or genuine or there's some real love behind it or there's some real, I'm passing you some information intellectually that you can really benefit from, then what is it really?
Right.
Because malicious intent, we know the difference, in terms of tone, your message, how you deliver it. Are you really giving me game or you fucking with me?
Right. Well, what would your advice be to an Instagram comedian or Facebook comedian that got some attention, got some fame, to get that longevity?
Respect the craft and be in it for real. What's your goal? I mean, are you really just trying to get 15 minutes of fame and be hot for the moment, or do you care enough about this game that you've done your homework? You know the history. You've seen the documentaries. You read comedy. You study comedy. You watch comedy. Or you just trying to take from it the likes and the reposts and trying to make a quick buck. I mean, obviously, look, if you do it right, you can monetize social media. You can make some bread, and nobody should ever hate on that. But again, I say be motivated by money, not driven by it. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't want to hate on anybody that can figure out how to finesse this social media shit and make $1. Because there's motherfuckers that really eat off this. And I mean, eat well. So that's something I'm trying to figure out. Because again, I come from an era where I'm pre all of this. So that's not what I'm geared for. I don't navigate them waters naturally. So I have to really learn this shit and invest in it and take the time to figure it out. So I would say do the same thing, man. If you a young cat coming up and you got social media and everything at your fingertips through your phone and you want to utilize that and monetize that, mazel tov. But if you really want to get in the comedy game and be respected for it and have some longevity, do the homework.
Right.
Hey, real tone, it's some real money in the room.